New Orleans Living is underwritten by Acadian Ambulance Service and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana.
Good evening, New Orleans. I'm Maria Muro, publisher of New Orleans Living magazine and your host for New Orleans Living Show. We have a lot to cover, so sit back, relax, get inspired, and enjoy the show. All right, well, tonight, all we're talking about is food. We're about to taste the sweetest desserts, and then we're going to learn about a unique local culinary school. So now let's get started. My first guest is a woman who is very passionate about sweetening up New Orleans. She is the owner of Cakes and Desserts by Monica, a family-owned business serving the greater New Orleans and surrounding areas. They're famous for their homemade dessert cakes. They also use age-old recipes that are handed down through generations, and of course they only use the finest ingredients, and their cakes are delicious in every way. So let's welcome Monica Anderson. Monica, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well, first of all, you know, we kind of met in a strange way. We met online, and I saw, you know, through Facebook, all of the most beautiful desserts, cookies and cakes and just so vibrant, and she just has you have just a good attitude, and I said, who is this girl who's making all these delicious desserts? So here we are, and here she is today.
Yes,
so Monica, tell me about your business. So this is a family business?
This is family owned. I pretty much bake, but then I have my mom, my sister, my kids. They all come in the kitchen, they pitch in, they help out with delivery, packaging, stir in the pot, and yeah. It's family owned.
It's family owned for sure.
For sure.
You know, tell me about why you decided to start Cakes by Monica.
Sure. So it started out as a hobby, and my stepmom actually inspired me to do it. I would go over by my dad on Sundays, and she would have me in the kitchen baking, and she'd say, you know, you could be making money doing this. It's something you love, and I started baking for family and friends, and here we are.
Here we are. So tell me about some of the different, I guess, goodies that you bake.
So the different goodies are, we have gourmet cupcakes such as pink champagne and mimosa and chocolate high and stupid cupid, which is actually chocolate covered strawberry cupcake.
Okay.
And then we also have homemade hand decorated sugar cookies, pecan clusters and candied pecans, and my favorite southern praline cake.
Oh, what? Oh, wow. That sounds decadent.
Yes.
That sounds really delicious. So, so Monica, I know you also do custom cakes.
Sure.
And I know we're putting up an image of that. I just love custom cakes.
Yeah.
So tell me how you work with, you know, your clients. If somebody calls and said, look, I'm having a birthday party and I want something really special, how do you begin that process?
So they can contact me via email, check me on my website or on Facebook. They, you know, tell me what the event is, birthdays, sometimes funerals, first birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, and I just kind of go through the process. What's your decor color? What kind of flavor cake you want? Do you want something different? Do you want something just basic? We go with an idea, we set up a consultation and go from there.
I love it. So definitely this is a very personalized business that you have.
Very personalized, yes.
And let's talk about, you know, why you love doing this so much, because it's a lot of it's hard work.
It's very hard work. It's not as easy as people think that it is. So basically once I talk to the customer, get the ideas, I go home. Usually sometimes as my customer's talking to me, I kind of have a visual of what they want, and I'll go home and make a sketch of it, and then I'll either try and Google something that's similar to it to see if it's something that they would like, or I'll send them the sketch that I've made. And then the fun part after baking, because the baking from scratch with the flour and the sifting and the stirring and everything, the fun part is the decorating. You get to let your creative juices flow.
And also having very satisfied customers.
Having very satisfied customers,
okay.
Yes.
So I know that New Orleans is a city that loves their desserts.
Yes.
Okay, and so now we have Mardi Gras coming up, so I know that, you know, you're gearing up for that.
Yes.
So, let's talk about ordering. I mean, are your orders, is anything too big, too small? What can you handle?
Nothing is too big or too small.
My kind of woman. I love
challenge.
that. I
Yes.
love that. Good. And so, you know, where do you want this business to go? Because right now it's a home business. Is it a
That's
home
correct.
business?
It's a home business.
You know, and once you get busier and busier, Monica, especially with these, you know, fantastic cupcakes that you brought, which I'm going to taste.
Yes.
Is your goal to maybe become a pastry shop one day? Well, where do you want Cakes by Monica to go?
Definitely, I would like to get a storefront. I want to be able to offer classes. I want to be able to open a retail shop because we don't have many, we don't have a bakery anymore, like Gambino's and McKinsey. So I definitely want to be able to expand, and being at home is kind of limited, but I'm definitely working on getting a storefront so we can have that bakery.
Well, that, like you said, you're definitely up for a challenge. And
Yes.
what I love about our viewers is that, you know, we're very supportive of local businesses, and everyone, you know, I want everyone to support Monica because, as a matter of fact, she actually she also entered the FedEx Small Business Grant.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can vote for Cakes and Desserts by Monica.
Yes.
So look her up. She's easy to find and she's a lot of fun. And I want everybody to support you.
Thank you.
And all of these great things that you have going on.
Yes,
and so
ma'am.
now, okay, we brought some. You brought
have
me some dessert here.
yes.
So what do we have right here?
So the
I'm gonna
chocolate
stretch here and
ones,
get these.
got it? Oh. Okay.
Wow.
So
this is all for
these
me.
lovely. Oh, I love them. They're the chocolate. I call them chocolate high. You
Okay.
definitely would get
Wow.
a chocolate high. It's
They're
a chocolate
beautiful.
cupcake with the chocolate frosting, chocolate ganache, and a chocolate malt on top. And then the one that you're holding is the chocolate cheesecake. It's chocolate cupcake with cream cheese icing and milk chocolate grated on top.
All right, I'm about to try this. Okay, Monica. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Isn't it fun when I have guests like this? I get to try all these wonderful desserts, and then we're going to be in the kitchen soon. But Monica, this is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
Look, again, let's support Monica. You know, New Orleans is built on small businesses,
Yes.
and I think that especially when you're involved in a creative business, you know, you're in people's homes.
Yeah.
People trust you, they order from you,
That's true.
and you put so much love into what you do. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to your mama.
Thank
You
you.
know, and to your boys. I know you have 3 sons,
Yes,
right?
I
We're
do.
obviously in the kitchen. Look what kind of mom they have to get to try all this stuff. So thank
Yes.
you so much for
Thank
being
you
here.
for having me.
All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break, and then we come back. We have a chef in the kitchen. We'll see you right back. We'll see you in a second.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Welcome back. My next guest is an international award-winning cookbook author and reality competition winner. Amy Cyrex-Sins founded Langlois Culinary Crossroads 1 year ago, and she's here to tell us all about this wonderful cooking school. And then, of course, she'll be in the kitchen cooking something delicious for us. So thank you so much for being on the show, Amy.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I have met so many people who have told me, have you checked out this culinary school in the Marigny? I was like, what are you talking about? I don't know about this culinary school. But then I just, everyone was telling me about this wonderful chef named Amy. And so I had to, we finally met.
I'm so glad to be here.
And so you're here. Okay, so we have a lot to talk about. Tell me, Amy, a little bit about your background. You're a chef, and then why you decided to open up a culinary school in a place like New Orleans.
Sure. Food is my passion. I love food, and particularly growing up in South Louisiana, food is all we talk about and all we do. And one thing that I saw was that there was nowhere in Louisiana, or actually in New Orleans, where people could go and learn about not just the history of our food, but really learn a meal that they could impress their friends with when they go back home.
That's awesome.
And so that was my goal with Langlois, was to open a place that was warm, welcoming, fun. That's our #1 rule. You have to have fun.
That's good.
But where people can kind of leave looking like a rock star in the kitchen and knowing how to cook a really nice dinner party style meal.
Well, you're obviously have great energy, so how could they not have fun with you? Okay, so
We say don't break the rule, always have fun.
always have fun. All right, so let's talk about the name. Why did you choose to call the school Langlois Culinary Crossroads?
Sure, because New Orleans is a culinary crossroad with our local Creole cuisine. And Madame Langlois, and we say Langlois here in New Orleans, we know that we pronounce everything incorrectly, and I know that you know that we pronounce it all incorrectly, but she is the mother of Creole cuisine. So she was the first to create that fusion of classic French and Native American, and we are carrying on her tradition of inviting people into our kitchen to learn how to cook. And you know, it's a crossroad, and New Orleans is full of so much food and flavor and history that it all reflects on our plates.
I love that. I love that, Amy. Okay, and so, you know, big news, everybody. I heard that, you know, your culinary school was voted one of the best cooking schools in the world by Travel and Leisure. How amazing is that?
It's awesome.
How did that make you feel?
It was
right.
so exciting.
Was it something that you expected? How did all that come to be?
Completely unexpected, but very welcome. And it was one of those things where I guess someone who was with them had the experience that we wanted all of our guests to have. And as a result, we're up there and with some pretty big names.
So here's this little school in the Marigny, okay, where people can get this this amazing experience learning how to cook from a real chef, not just you know, she's obviously very accomplished. Okay, real quick, because then we got to get you in the kitchen. Just talk to me about what makes it unique. You know, I know we're showing some images here of the beautiful location and people sitting there and really getting involved. Tell me about that.
I really feel like people want to be up close with their food. They want to touch it. They want to smell it. They want to be part of the experience, but they also want to not be afraid of it.
Right.
And so we give them an environment where they can succeed. All of our recipes are measured out. They don't even have to worry about that. They can drink their wine. They can kick back. They can have fun. So with several chefs on staff during a class, even if they make a mistake, we can fix it. And so it's a good, warm, fun, welcoming environment where they can learn.
I think that's wonderful. Okay, so Amy, these cooking classes, is it a series of classes, or can people just maybe, you know, come for one class and try it out?
You can just come for one class and try it out. We change the menu every 2 weeks. So our classes range from Thursdays through Sundays. We have brunches, lunches, dinners, private events, Iron Chef cooking competitions, you name it. So people can come give it a shot, and if they want to come back the next week and the next week, they can, or save it for a special occasion when they have company and friends in town.
That's why, and I also heard it's a very unique way to have a date night.
It is a great date night.
I think it's a great way to get to know someone, especially someone new. Right?
Well, you can see how they work around the kitchen and see if they offer to do the dishes too.
Oh, you know, what a great point. All right, so now tell me some of the about some of the dishes that you teach the students. Is it exclusively Creole, or do you mix it up once in a while?
Great question. We like to say that it's a little bit more sophisticated.
Okay.
So we'll do gumbo, we'll do jambalaya. We are doing griots and grits right now. We'll do a mock chew. We'll do everything from a braised pork belly to a panade pork to a Cajun injected roasted chicken.
That sounds delicious.
We're all over the map, but what the goal is to make it beautiful and to make it impressive and to make it not that complicated, but look like you put a lot of work into it.
And now what if someone, you know, calls you up and they say, I want to, you know, attend one of your classes, but I really want to learn how to make, you know, something specific, something that they've always wanted to learn how to make. Are you able to work with them that way?
We usually can offer them a private class.
Oh, yay.
So we can do private
like a souffle, for instance.
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
And it's intimidating.
It is.
So if they say, Amy, I've always wanted to learn how to make a souffle, teach me.
Yes, they can just call us. We can book a private class, and we can do a special custom menu for them, and our chefs will prepare a whole menu for them.
This is wonderful. Great location in the Marigny, obviously, you know, run and owned by a wonderful chef like you. All right, so last, you know, we'll tell everybody after you finish cooking how they can make a reservation and all that good info. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, Amy's going to be in the kitchen, and I'm going to join her. Give us a minute.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Cox Channel 14, Charter Channel 11 and 711, AT&T Channel 32 and 1032, Dish TV, DirecTV, and over-the-air broadcast on Channel 32.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're in the kitchen with Chef Amy from Langlois Culinary Crossroads. And Amy, I'm so excited. So tell me what you're going to prepare for us tonight.
All right, well, we're gonna start with a Creole-style mock chew. We're gonna top that with a pan-seared Louisiana drum, and then we're gonna make a little bit of a lemon vinaigrette over the top of it.
Well, that sounds absolutely wonderful. Okay, so I'm
you
ready to
get
learn.
started?
I'm ready to get started.
So this dish, we're gonna start with a little bit of andouille. So andouille would be a German-style sausage here in Louisiana. This is the Varon brand. I went to elementary school in Gonzales, Louisiana, where Varon is. So we like to give a shout out to the people I grew up with.
That's awesome.
But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this sausage in here going, and then we're gonna add a little bit of part of what would be considered our Holy Trinity, but we're not gonna add celery. So we're just gonna do our bell pepper and our onion. So if you wanna go ahead and
green bell pepper. So it has to be green. You can't do red.
I actually like a little bit of red or orange bell pepper instead. I find green can be a little tough on people's tummies.
Yes.
So if they can't handle that, use a sweeter pepper like a red, an orange, or a yellow pepper.
Okay.
So beautiful.
I love bell pepper, so I eat it almost every day, but I can't do the green too much.
And we're
It is a little tough
add
on
some
the belly.
onion, a little bit of onion.
Okay, so we got some chopped onion, everybody.
Yep. And this is great, any kind of
All
onion.
of it?
All of it.
Oh, we like that.
So if you have a white onion, yellow onion, red onion, Vidalia onion, whatever you get your hands on. So as we do this, we want to keep the bottom from sticking, because though I learned how to cook watching Justin Wilson, and you always put the wine in the bottom. We don't have any wine to release it, so we don't want to get it too hot. So we're going to add some salt and pepper in here. And what's going to happen is that salt is going to release the moisture from our onions. So that way we don't scorch on the bottom of the pan when we add what we call our pope. Do you know what the pope is?
No, I'm learning from you. The Pope.
The pope is the garlic.
I know Pope Francis, but I don't know the Pope.
So the pope is the garlic because the bulb.
So why is that?
The bulb is shaped like the Pope's hat. So we call it the Pope. And every good Trinity.
They have a sense of humor at Langlois. I love this. Okay, so let's add the Pope.
Yes, so we're gonna put that in, and we're putting this in now that we have moisture release so that we don't burn it.
Okay, so that is why you put it, 2-3 steps in after the salt, moisture release. Got
Yes.
it. All right.
So with this dish, we want to add some color, we want to add some fun, and we want to add some influence from the people who make Creole food Creole. So we're going to add some influence from the Native Americans, the Africans, and the Sicilian Italians.
Got it. So show me, sister.
So let's go ahead and put in our tomato.
Okay, so is this just...
This is canned diced tomato.
You can buy it, just open up the can. That's easy. You don't have to sit there and cut up your own fresh tomato.
No, and you're not going to get great fresh tomatoes right now anyway.
All right, there you go.
A little extra fun, we're gonna add a little bit of diced green chili. So this is just some jalapenos that we have kind of pickled and diced up for us.
I like this, a little kick.
Then we are gonna add a little sprig of that thyme right there to just add some flavor.
Smells so good.
And so do you know what the technical word for pulling the little bits of thyme off of the stem?
No, tell me.
We're going to ploosh it.
Oh, we're going to ploosh it?
Yes, it sounds fun, right? It sounds like we're professional.
We love the plooshing.
So we're going to ploosh that thyme and put it in the pot. And if you get tired of plooshing, you just put the whole thing in because we can pull the stem out at the end.
Okay, I think this is fine. I think I can handle this, Chef.
All right, perfect. And so then the next thing we're gonna add is our okra.
Okay, quick question. If someone doesn't have any fresh thyme, is it okay to
a little bit of dried thyme? Absolutely. I grew up on dried thyme and ground thyme.
Okay.
Either of those would be perfect in here.
This already smells so good,
It is
everybody.
so delicious. So then we're gonna add our okra.
All right.
So okra,
fresh okra,
came to us from the West Africans. And some people say it's a little gooey on the outside. I like to call that vegetable gelatin. And what that does is it releases into the pot and it thickens. So sometimes when you pull your spoon out, you will see little strings of that gelatin, but that is what's thickening the dish. And then we're gonna add some corn. So we'll put that corn in here.
So Amy, the okra, I mean, you've put it in later, obviously, in the stage of making the smock shoe. You don't want to cook that too much, right? Because it's already so soft.
We want to cook it just enough to release the gelatin out of it.
Okay, got it.
But we don't want to get it to the point where it's kind of brown and mushy and not pretty.
Okay.
We want to have a nice, vibrant,
keep it nice
colorful.
and green.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So I'm going to lower this heat a little bit, and we're going to stir this while we get our pan super duper hot for our fish, and we season our fish.
Look at that so far.
It is so yummy.
I can't wait to try that. That's going to be delicious.
And it's a perfect one-pot meal. Serve it over rice and have it for dinner. Want it vegetarian, leave out.
Vegetarian, yes.
Just leave out the andouille. If you want to keep that smoky flavor but still make it vegetarian, add a little smoked paprika. Ooh. And then you'll get that smokiness that you're missing.
I love that.
So with our fish, we want to get our pan nice and hot, and we want to season our fish.
Okay.
When we season from above. If we season too close on top, we're just going to get a pile of seasoning on that one spot of fish.
So season from above, everyone.
Yes. And so you should always have one clean hand and one dirty hand. So I'm going to take my other hand that I had not put in there, and we're going to flip this over.
It smells so good.
And then we're going to clean our hands, and then we're going to do another little sprinkle over the top. Now this Cajun or Creole seasoning has a lot of paprika in it.
Okay.
That's really what gives the color to the fish. We're gonna caramelize that in the pan. I do have a little vegetable oil in the pan.
All right.
So that little bit of vegetable oil is gonna help it kind of really cook up and
okay, so
get
you
a
want
nice
to put it
crust.
on high heat?
Just high enough heat. You don't want to smoke it.
Okay.
But you want it high enough that when we put this on there, it's gonna sear. Also, we want to do our service side first, and then flip it over. So I believe we're
Serve the side first, guys.
Yes.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is we're going to put it down in the pan.
I just love, this time of year, everyone, with Lent coming up, fish is just such a healthy protein. And I think it's important that, we eat more Louisiana seafood.
Yeah, and
right?
It's delicious.
It's delicious. It's right from our own backyard. It's easy.
Yes.
Cooks in a few minutes. It's healthy, and it's delicious.
And if you didn't want to do this in a pan like this, you could bake it in the oven.
Okay.
If you have just the fish scraps, like maybe you clean this and instead of having beautiful fillets of fish, you had just the scraps and bits and pieces. I've cooked that in there. I've also put shrimp in there.
That's perfect.
So this is a very versatile dish that you can just build whatever you need to do.
Okay, so the way you're teaching me this evening, chef, is that obviously this is how you teach your students. Is really not to be afraid in the kitchen.
No.
And be flexible and use. Sometimes you can use whatever's in your fridge. Yeah. If you have leftover, like you said, shrimp or leftover sausage, there's always a way to add it into something like this, like this mock shoe.
So this recipe is your guide. Don't feel you have to follow it, and try it 3 times before you give up on it.
Okay.
So one thing about this I'm always guilty of is I want to peek. I want to look. It drives me crazy.
I do the exact same thing.
And so you're looking at it and you're like, can I take a peek? Can I take a peek?
So what do you do?
Don't do it.
Okay, don't do it. Don't take a peek.
A lot of times what I'll tell myself is count to 30.
Okay.
Or I had another chef the other day who said, find something to distract you because you will be distracted for 30 to 45 seconds.
So what about sipping a glass of wine?
Sip of your wine, pouring your wine.
Okay, having a chit chat with your spouse. All right.
So we're looking for the sides to cook up, but also when your fish is done, you're gonna see that it kind of starts to flake underneath. So also you start to hear a little bit less bubble. So if you have oil in the pan and you're frying something, the bubbles start to kind of settle down a little bit. So I say listen to it, be one with the fish, feel it. It takes a little practice. Maybe every now and then you have to peek, but do your best to not peek.
I love all of these tips and tricks you're giving us tonight, Chef. I think it's a lot of fun, and your energy is just so awesome. You're awesome. Okay, so now it's the big moment. We get to flip it over.
And look at that.
Absolutely beautiful color. Absolutely beautiful. This is beautiful.
So we're gonna let that cook a little bit more because we need the other side to cook. So while that's cooking, we're gonna lower our heat on this and we're gonna start making a little vinaigrette.
Oh, vinaigrette. All right,
So
let's do
this
it.
vinaigrette, we get to use a power tool, one of my favorite, called the immersion blender.
Okay.
You never immerse it to here because that's the motor, and then you're gonna ruin it.
I think I got that.
You
All right.
never put it in the dishwasher. So I'm gonna give you a little spoon.
All right.
And I'm gonna let you spoon some mustard in here.
Okay.
So this is a little bit of Dijon mustard.
Okay. So how much? Just a small?
All of it. It's all measured out.
All of it. Oh,
Perfect for you.
Well, this is good. This is easy.
We can thank Chef
I
Tess.
love Dijon mustard. I love the tanginess that it gives dressings. Okay.
And then we're gonna put some sugar because we want to sweeten it. So all that. Yep.
Okay, so we have some sugar.
And then we have some fresh squeezed lemon juice right there.
All right, everybody, some lemon juice.
And lemons are great right now, the ones that they were able to get off before the freeze. I think that's probably a little bit of Meyer lemon. And we're going to go ahead and put this in there. Okay. And then we're gonna take that vegetable oil and we're gonna start to pour it in.
Okay, so you use vegetable oil. Can we do this with olive oil?
Absolutely.
I'm a fan of olive oil.
Absolutely. Use your olive oil for your dressings.
Okay.
Do not use your olive oil to cook with. It is cold pressed. You're paying a fortune for cold pressed. You don't want it to touch heat.
Okay.
So we're gonna
go now ahead. I just go ahead. I turn it on.
Yep.
This is beautiful.
And you're done.
Wow.
And so this is great on a salad. It's great on your fish. Marinate some asparagus in it before you run it through the oven or saute it.
I love this.
It's super versatile, and you can pretty much, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
my job. I clean up after you. You get to have all the fun. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna plate this up.
Nice.
So
this is my favorite part.
We have some
Okay.
Louisiana jasmine rice.
Okay,
so
jasmine rice.
This is a local rice. It was grown here in Louisiana. We like to use our Louisiana products.
We've met the wonderful guys from Jasmine Rice, really good people. So again, all about supporting local businesses.
So what's your favorite tool of choice, the spoodle or the ladle?
Well, I've never had a spoodle.
Well, this is my favorite.
It's time for a spoodle. Okay.
So many times I have dinner parties where you don't get to eat because you already served everybody and you didn't measure it out and you say, oh, I was so full. I was so full. Because I
This is
cooked.
excellent. Everybody, you have to get a spoodle.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. So what am I doing,
we're gonna
Chef?
spoon a little bit, or spoodle a bit over the top of our rice. Beautiful.
good?
I think we need more. It's
want
so
more.
pretty and colorful and beautiful. It's just a happy dish.
How about that?
Perfect. Then we're gonna take our fish and we're gonna put 2 little pieces of fish right atop.
So is this what you make at the school?
Yeah, this is one of our favorite things to make.
Excellent. Isn't that beautiful, everybody?
It's so yummy too.
This is so beautiful, and I can't wait to try it.
Then we're gonna spoon a little bit of this vinaigrette
Okay.
right over the top, just so we can get some of that tangy lemon flavor.
Everybody, look how beautiful that is. That's
And
just
then
gorgeous.
we believe in practical garnish. Garnish should be something that is in the dish. So since you plooshed all that thyme, we'll just put a little piece of thyme right on the top there.
Amy, you know, we're running out of time, so I need to have a little piece real quick right here.
Absolutely.
And you were excellent. We loved having you here, so let me take a quick bite of this.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It just came off the stove.
Mmm.
Yummy.
Mmm.
High five.
Oh my God, good
You
job.
helped cook it. Look how easy and beautiful.
This is fantastic. All right, everybody. First of all, thank you so much for being here, Amy. Congratulations, 1 year at Langlois Culinary Crossroads. Thanks so much for being here, and everybody support this woman. It's a great cooking school, and thank you for being you and cooking with passion. All right, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Know what?
What?
Since I got adopted, I've learned a lot about these humans.
I know. I mean, check out these two. It's Flirt City over here.
Yeah, I noticed that. It looks like my human is definitely into your human.
Oh, look! I think she's getting his number.
Nice.
Your human's got some sweet moves.
Takes after his dog. Oh, look, they're doing that thing where they put their arms around each other.
She kicked up a leg. It's like in the movies.
That's awesome. Looks like we're gonna be hanging out a little bit more.
All right, well, thanks so much, Chef, for being here. You were awesome. And it looks like we've run out of time. And so, we hope to see you next week for more upbeat, passionate, and inspirational living on New Orleans Living. We'll see you next time.
New Orleans Living is underwritten by Acadian Ambulance Service and Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana.